Yo. What up, my dudes? What up? The first person in NPC mod releases later today. For what? This game? Or XL? Or both? I'm gonna go first person skating tonight. IRL. Can't wait. Like a skateboarder bending down with a fisheye so you can have him in the background of your clips. Like, so you can like film a fisheye clip and then do like a second angle of a long lens clip and have the filmer in the background. Like, yeah? Ooh. Love it. Love it. Landed on my head. Like, on the board. Dude, that's a land. Like a primo slide, but like a dark slide. Richie Jackson style. Oh! I'll take it. Kick flip up. Okay, I'll take that one. Trying to kick flip up, hard flip, back tail to the bank. And to the bank. Kicky. Oh! RMS Toolsuite. All right. I'm gonna download this Toolsuite, and maybe that will help you land this trick first try. What do I do with the RAR file? Both sticks down. Oh! POV drone. Woo! Oh my god. Oh! This is easier controlled than the actual other camera. I said a first try crook. It's kind of cool though. It's hard to look at for you guys. I much prefer first person. You like first person? It's cool to look at. Just it's hard to look at for after a while. It's like VR. You can only be in here for so long before you get sick. What? Wait. What? NPC tool. Create NPC. It does point at me. At least it moves. Try the weather. What the hell? My bearings, my board's getting wet. Oh my god. Oh. Holy god. Bro. Look at this. What the heck? This is after the hurricane. Convinced me to buy this game? Man, that was sick to look at. The only thing I was looking forward to, though, is follow camera. And it's not in the mod. See how I'm always behind the tail? Always, always, always. Whoever made this mod has the ability to make a follow camera. This is kind of crazy, though. This is kind of wild. I'm stuck. I'm actually stuck. Wait, I'm actually stuck though. Have you tried the other versions of the banks in the games? Other version of the banks in the game settings? What do you mean? Brooklyn Banks scenario 1 loaded. Little tray. Switch tray. Mickey is the hardest stance, I swear to God. Hey, this is a new spot. No? This spot right here? Is this new? Or am I tripping? Does that sound like grass to you? I guess it looks like grass with my wheels in it. Skating it though. Where's the mini, man? Oh, right there. Is it grass too? Is this grass? How do I skate this thing? All right, let's jump in. I'm gonna pop. Ooh, revert. Kick flip, nose blunt. Put in the pocket. Pop it in. Yeah, baby. Okay. Oh, it's like a style. Okay, it's like the layout of Hoodland, but it's like the neighbor. Okay. Load map. We're at Hoodland, dude. The neighborhood. This is sick. It's a simple little park, but it's effective. Good layout. I love this layout. I think this is gonna be sick to flow. This map will teach me how to flow in the game. There's nothing in my way. I actually know the layout of the map, so this is good. That was a little bit early. What's over here? Got an actual... Whoa! We're gonna load back up. Nasty. Oh, come on, dude. It's the most realistic I can get it. I think I have some suggestions that can make it better. But yeah, I think it's pretty good right now. I like how it plays. Feels nice. Oh, that was crazy. Oh, I'll take that crook. Woo! Nollie over to blend to fakie. Nuts. Okay, that was pretty sick. Nasty, nasty. Wow. Getting there. Whoa, the dip. Whoa, little nollie heel back tail. Okay, I'll take it. Wow. The more I play it, the faster I'll get. So, looked at your keyframes turning and montage view and moving the camera back. Montage off. Oh! Yo! You can see exactly how the camera... That is crazy. It's easy to place them down, too. It's a little bit wonky the way that it films. Did I just knock her over? How do I bone? I didn't mean to say that way, but like, bone a kickflip, like... Oh! Flying! Look at that. It's like a photograph. One more spin than a gazelle on my board. I think that the controls would need another option to be the most realistic. The most realistic, in my opinion, would be to have regular and fakie the same, nollie and switch the same. What is this? Well, it's both a tray flip and a fakie tray flip. I'm not going anywhere. Like, and the reason why, too, like, I completely understand such controls because, look, you're going switch, right? I mean, spawn switch, and it makes sense to people's brains. Look, like, if you're going switch, like, how would you switch flip in session? Well, you would push down on the left foot because your left foot, like on your camera with your eyes, you can see my left foot needs to go down on the tail, right? And for a flip, my right foot goes forward to the right to flick it. That's a switch flip. The point is, that is not true switch. That's the same mechanics as regular. Like, they both have the same mechanics. Like, regular flip is the same mechanics as a switch flip. So you're basically, this is basically like Scapegoat or P-Rod or Shane O'Neill. Okay, because those guys have two stances. It's like being ambidextrous. Yeah. All right. This is what I think it should be, though. All right. Everything is based off your regular stance. All right. I understand both control schemes, and I just want to explain why I think this option is important. All right. Watch. All right. Everything is based off your regular stance. So if you do a kickflip, you flick it forward. That is absolutely correct. If you're going nollie, you press your left foot forward and flick your right foot backwards. Absolutely correct. That makes perfect sense. I mean, if I'm doing a manual, this is where the conversation will start, right? So if I'm doing a manual, right? I press down on the right stick. I do a revert. I'm now going fakie. I'm still pressing down the right stick because that was my tail. I let it go. What's the most realistic way to do a switch manual? Or, a switch nose manual or a fakie manual? It would be the same input that I was just pressing. But with session, You have to visually look at the skateboard. Now I press up on the right stick, right? It's right stick up. Kickflip. Kickflip manual. Revert. The flick for the kickflip, since I'm pressing down on the right stick, I should kick it forward on the controller. Even though the kickflip, when you flick a kickflip, you kick your front foot forward. So you would kick it forward on the controller, it would appear backwards on the screen because you're moving backwards. This is where it's going to get the most confusing for people. Because you guys can agree that regular is right, nollie is correct, and I think we can kind of make the assumption that, you know, fakie should be the same as regular. In my opinion, regular stance, or like if you're goofy, your regular stance is the easiest stance. Fakie is the second easiest stance. Like when I learn tricks in real life, I learned how to do regular heel flips. I go backwards, then I do the same thing, and it's a fakie heel flip. All right. This is where it's gonna break people's brains. It's switch. This is gonna break your brain. You guys are gonna hate this, and this is why it's gonna break your brain, because we have it all set up now. We have regular, fakie's the same as regular, nollie is hard, nollie is pressing upward. It's the other direction because, I mean, you're pressing your feet forward. But keep in mind, everything is based off of your regular stance, though. Everything is based off of how you skateboard regular, if it's goofy or regular, either one. If you're a goofy skater, everything would be based off of this stance. What I think switch should be, this is gonna break your brain, it should be up on the left stick, down on the right stick. And the reason for that is because you're switch. This is the most uncomfortable way to skateboard. Like, regular is the easiest stance. You're riding in your dominant leg, right? Nollie, you're riding in your dominant stance, but you're using your other feet. Regular is just going backwards regular. Switch is actually the hardest stance in skateboarding because it's actually switch. Like, you're going backwards and you're using your wrong foot. That is why it's such a it's so mind-numbing. It's so hard to wrap your head around it, because switch this way is actually switch. So it's the same as nollie. That's what I'm saying. So if you nollie flip like this, see, if I like nollie flip, go into nose manual, now I'm pressing up on the left stick, a switch flip should be the same as a nollie flip. And it should be the hardest stance, because the nollie flip, it's easy to wrap your head around because you have the benefit of going the direction that you're used to. You know? You have the benefit, you can visually see it. It's easy because you're actually riding in your comfortable stance. That's why it's easy to kind of wrap your head around it. When you're switch, it's gonna be the same as nollie, but it's hard to visualize because you're actually in your least comfortable stance. I'm not saying change these controls, I'm just saying we're talking about the most realistic controls in skateboarding, and I think this is important because, you know, if Rockstar wants to make Skate and Destroy as a game, if EA wants to make Skate 4, if they have dual stick, I think it's important to really talk about what is the realistic option, what is the best. Because the way that it's set up in session, you have to learn fakie, switch, nollie, and regular all independent of each other. They're all different tricks. Like, I mean, you can learn them and you can be amazing in all your stances, ambidextrous, as they would say. But how it works in real life, if you learn a trick in switch, you could probably do it nollie. If you learn it regular, you can probably just do it fakie. The control scheme I'm explaining, it already exists in the game. Like, you have regular, you have nollie. That's all you need, though. You don't need to have other controls. This should be goofy. This should be for a goofy dominant person, not switch. For a regular person, this should be goofy. A goofy skater, their dominant foot is their left foot to push down, or right foot to flick, and it should always be like that. That would change the game, exactly. So there's no problems with the control scheme I'm explaining. It's just half of what there already is. It's the same controls, just minus the switch and fakie. So it's the same controls, just minus the switch and fakie, and there's no overlapping inputs and stuff, right? But this is a real fundamental thing. Like, I love session. The gameplay is sick. The weather, the mods, the levels, everything in this game is amazing. But the core fundamental idea about how realistic skating should be performed is flawed, and I can't ignore that. So I'm gonna keep making my point. But I do love the controls that are in the game, but we just have to talk about it. Because, like, for me, I don't care about, like, animations that much. The most important thing would just be taking away session, taking away switch and fakie. Just delete them. Have an option to turn those off or toggle them. The more accessible this game is, the more, you know, people can play it. There's Skate 3 controls in this game. I'll never use them, but people that come from Skate 3 will love that. Yeah, so the way that it's set up, you know, it kind of works, minus like the double input thing for manuals and grinds when you do 180s. But this really does work. Like, see how you're pressing down? If you're ambidextrous, like if you're like if your brain works like P-Rod, Scapegoat and stuff, having switch basically mirrored regular controls, you don't really have a stance in my opinion. You don't really have a stance. There's no dominant foot. Like, dominant is pressing down, and switch should be pressing up. And the reason why switch should be pressing up is because you're going backwards. So I just hope that makes sense. Like, if you want to, you know, 180 and land on your nose like you think you should, you can. And if you want to land on the other side, you can. So you have the option to skate realistically or however your brain thinks. But what I'm saying is, you shouldn't have the option. If it is realistic, there shouldn't be 2 inputs for the same thing. I don't know. I just love talking about it though, it's fun. What's this? Philly holiday scenario. And Ribs Band's gone too. That's sick. Nighttime though? Oh, buddy. Dude, I can't believe this runs like... Oh my. Oh, I'm taking that one. Wow, look at the camera too. It's crazy how I could just do that. And look at the camera. Oh, that's so sick. So like right here, there's a weird, like this is a weird frame. And it smooths it out more. And I think it's good. Like you can see the flaws in your line. You can actually see the flaws in your line. Like, I mean, like, get rid of this keyframe. How cool is this? This is so sick. That is way too cool. Wow. One last thing, let me just try this, see what happens. I doubt it's gonna work, but if I exit this and open this, my replay's still there. Okay. What if I do this? Ah! Yo, I can knock him over in my replay? Yo, just like, knock him over, cut to this angle. Wait, you add path point? Are you kidding? You can tell him where to go? Yo, this hitbox is too big. I pulled aggro. On the handrail? Hey! Yeah, we ollied it.